What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you stopping by. Another truck talk video as I'm out traversing the roads of central Maine and coastal Maine a little bit. And I got something on my mind. I kept thinking about what to do a video on. I've got several topics that I'm wanting to cover, and I just kept getting pulled back to this one. I'm not exactly sure why. Call it a calling, whatever you want to call it. Something just kept telling me that this is the video that I should put out. And in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, nobody probably wants to hear this, and it's not going to be very popular. So, of course, if I put forth my effort and I put out a video, I want people to see it. And, but you know what? I'm going to follow my instinct. I'm going to put this video out. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about life and struggles and stress in today's world. And this is not preaching. This is just talking about reality. And you know, I've been going through and trying to respond to every comment that somebody leaves on any of my videos. And earlier I was going through, and there were a lot of videos that people commented on that they just talk about how bad things are. And I saw the words scared, stressed, frustrated, nervous, worried. These are the kinds of things that people are feeling today. And by the way, it's not just comments on videos. I hear that in real life from people. You know, they're worried about how they're going to pay their bills. They're scared that prices are going to keep going up. This is real world in real life for a lot of people. Millions and millions and millions of people. This is what they deal with. And these are real concerns. People are making choices on buying new clothes or buying food. They're making choices on, should I get this prescription filled? Or should I fill the refrigerator with some food for the next week? Now, I'm not going to get into all the rhymes and reasons why that's happening. I'm not even going to get into how do we deal with that. I've got some stuff planned in the near future that hopefully is going to help in some of those areas. I'm not the only one on YouTube that's talking about that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's good. Budget friendly. Anyways, back on task, Jake. So it's the stress and frustration of life today that many people are feeling. Not all, but many, that I want to talk about. And I have always said, you know, I'm into preparedness. It's part of my life. And I do believe that we are heading towards some very difficult times, much more difficult than they are now. But it's not here yet. Maybe tomorrow, but not yet. And I've always said, you know what? It might be okay. Everything might work out. It's possible. There are many people that were survivalists, they were preparedness, they were homesteaders. They prepared for difficult times ahead. And guess what? Everything worked out fine for them. They actually never made it to those difficult times because they passed away. They died. So they spent a lot of time, some of these people, worrying and being stressed and frustrated for nothing. And even today, because I think there's a lot of signs out there that we are going to face difficult times ahead. Don't know when, don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but it certainly seems like there's a lot of indicators, and I'm a big data person, but it certainly seems like there's a lot of indicators out there that we're not heading in a good direction. And it's reasonable to take precautions and to be thinking about these things. But something that we all need to do once in a while is stop and smell the roses. Let's step back a little bit, and we're constantly fed this information, depending upon each person, but we're fed this information on all this negativity, all of the bad things that are happening in the world. And sometimes maybe I don't help with that because I'm in here talking about, we're not heading in a good direction. But we also need to be realistic and step back and say, you know what? There are some good things that are going on. Look at each of our lives. I walk out to the garden. Sometimes I just sit. I just sit in my garden and I just look at everything that's going on. I look at the growth, the food that's being produced. I look at the bees. I look at the strawberries that are growing. I look at the bugs crawling on the ground. I look at the birds flying overhead. I can hear young ravens, young crows just cawing off in the distance. And I see one of my grandkids running across the yard, chasing the other one with a water gun. I think sometimes you got to sit back and take a breath and really make sure that you have the right perspective. The other day I walked out and we had some showers and small thunderstorms that were rolling through, and the sun came out and the blue sky, beautiful blue sky, no chemtrails, nothing, beautiful blue sky. And I just looked at it and I'm like, people spend a ton of money to watch a movie in HD with the best TV screens and everything, but they can walk outside and see real beauty. It's right there. Getting the grill out over the weekend and starting it up, and you're outside, the weather's nice, and you cook some hamburgers, you grill the buns, got some lettuce, some onions, salt and pepper, some ketchup and mustard, got some good chips, paper plates. You cook that up, you can smell it. It smells fantastic. Maybe, if you're extra special, you get bacon. You gotta have bacon. You throw that on there, and you sit down and you eat that, and you look around, and you see these beautiful trees and the sky. You're getting my point, that we need to step back once in a while. It's kind of a call to action here. I'm calling out to everybody that needs it. And step back and look at what's around you and be thankful for what you have. There was just an earthquake in Venezuela. And last I heard, it was well over 50,000 people are suspected dead. So if you need to look somewhere and say, you know what, maybe it's not as bad as I thought, take a look at that. Take a look at these ridiculous wars that keep going on in this world, whether the United States is involved in it or not. Ridiculous wars people can't get along, so they kill each other. And then look at our lives and realize, you know what? Yeah, maybe things aren't doing great. Gas prices are going up. Food's going up. My paycheck's not going up. And yeah, maybe I need to be a little thankful, because it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot better, but it could be a lot worse. And yeah, just be thankful for what you got and recognize the good that is in your life. And I'm not saying to not prepare. I'm not saying not to, try to do better. And if it, getting out of the cities, moving to a very rural area, do it. Absolutely. But just be thankful for what you got. And maybe that will help for some of you that are finding themselves really stressed out and really worried in this crazy world, because it is crazy. Maybe we can back that off a little bit and just take some appropriate action and live our lives the best that we can. So anyway, I'm going to end it there. That's it. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Hit that like button. If you got anything out of this video, share it with somebody that maybe would get something out of it. And comment below. You agree? You disagree? You have some other ideas? I'd love to hear it. It helps the algorithm. And above all, you guys stay safe. Take care. We will see you next time.
So I ran from the cities and the noise and lies, found a piece of ground under open skies, hands in the dirt, sweat on my shirt, learning what living's really worth. While crooked men shake hands in rooms, selling souls to corporate suits. Society's sick, but I found the cure. A back road life, honest and pure. They can keep their throne and their golden news. This life out here's my modern exodus. I traded screens for a sunrise, callous palms, blisters, pride, planted seeds where hope was.